Hey everybody, welcome back to Brainiac Baseball's 1972 Seattle Pilots What If Scenario. Today's matchup is between the Seattle Pilots and the Chicago White Sox at Comiskey Park. On the mound for the Pilots today is Dave Boswell, whose record is 0-1 with a 9 ERA, and pitching for the White Sox is Jerry Nyman, whose record is 1-0 with a 6.75 ERA. Okay, we are officially one time through the rotation, and we're 3-1. I think we are all a little shocked at that record. And when you consider the fact that we have a negative run differential, negative 1 run, I guess, technically, you know what? We'll take that record. And I don't expect that we'll be a 500 or better team, considering what we have to offer. But when you think about, as we look at the finances here, that every other team is kind of in the same boat. Their payrolls are more than what they should be. Taking a look at the National League here, you'll see the team payroll average is $3.3 million, and the payroll budget is just under $3 million. So a lot of the teams in Baseball Mogul are basically in the same position that we're in. So maybe we do have a better chance than I think we should have. Based on what our roster looks like. We've been getting some decent hitting. The last 2 starts we've had have been solid pitching. And if we could just get Dave Boswell right, our ace who's going today, then maybe, we might have a better end result than we've expected. We do really need to either make a decision on trading Manny Sanguillen, or do we just wait it out? If we have a winning record, and we're in first place like we are now, maybe we find a way to go for it. I don't know. It's so early to say. 4 games into the season, these are big questions that really don't need an answer right now. So let's go ahead and get today's game started. As always, I appreciate everyone following along. Like and or subscribe to the channel. Hit the hype button if that's something that you're able to do if you're watching on your phone. I've mentioned before, but it's usually at the end of our games, that this sim series is available in a playlist on the YouTube channel. So if you have missed a game or you want to follow in order, you can go to our YouTube playlist page, find this playlist, and start right from the beginning, if that makes it easier on you. Okay, Dave Boswell getting the start, not so good the first time out. And everybody in the bullpen is good to go. Jim Hughes will be available today if we need him. Our lineup, we're going to mix it up a little bit more again today. Jerry Nyman is a left-hander. And we're going to give BOCCABELLA his first start. Johnny Jeter will be in there in left field instead of Jose Cruz, who's 0 for 14 on the season. And as a lefty, probably not very good at hitting lefties. So we'll give him the day off, and Scott NORTHEY will be our leadoff hitter today. In fact, I have our 3 best hitters versus lefties at the top of the lineup. Maybe we can get something cooking in the first inning today. Let's go ahead and do the official lineup rundown for the Seattle Pilots. Batting leadoff in center field is Scott NORTHEY. Batting second at second base is Tito Fuentes. Batting third at third base is Rich Rollins. Batting cleanup at first base is Roe SKIDMORE. Batting fifth in right field is Dave Parker. Batting sixth at shortstop is Rick Auerbach. Batting seventh in catching is John BOCCABELLA. Batting eighth in left field is Johnny Jeter. And batting ninth will be the pitcher, Dave Boswell. Okay, we'll take a look here at Jerry Nyman. You'll see, after going 15-21, last year he went 19-11 in 37 starts with an ERA just under 4. He walks a ton of batters. He struck out 168 in 278 innings pitched last year, and opponents batted 262 against him. 9 complete games, 3 shutouts. His fastball tops out at 92 miles an hour. Ground ball percentage is 46.2%. The sidearm curve is an elite level pitch for him. It's a 94 rating, and he's got 2 other pitches below league average. Overall rated an 89, pretty solid. The 29-year-old left-hander is a free agent at the end of the year. Let's go to his baseball reference page and check out Jerry Nyman. You'll see that he does not have a 1972 Topps card, so I'm wondering if he was out of baseball by 1972. He has no accolades, as would normally be up here by his team number, uniform number. And scrolling down, he only went 6 and 7 his entire career. Yeah, 1970 was his last year in the majors. The fact that he had a 71 card, I'm shocked by. That must have meant that he was supposed to be in the rotation for some team, probably the Padres. Otherwise, yeah, not a lot of success in the majors, despite having a good go-around in 68 for the White Sox. He made 7 starts with a 2 ERA. Pretty solid. We'll scroll down and just look at his transactions. Yeah, you'll see that he was traded to the Padres in 1970 for Tommy Sisk with that base salary of $12,500. I do want to just check one last thing. I always like to look at their baseball reference Wikipedia page, just to see if there's anything in there that's interesting or can give us information on why he was done so quickly. Looks like he was a long-time pitching coach after he retired. He threw a 1-hit shutout in 1969 for the White Sox. That was his first start of the 69 season. He came down here to Tucson, played for the Toros, and that was pretty much it, looks like. Doesn't say anything about having any injuries. I guess it was mostly ineffectiveness. Well, that's the great thing about Baseball Mogul, is you get another chance here to make a new career for yourself, and you can say he's doing pretty well. But when you have a nice season like this, 19-11, that's usually where the game peaks for you, and then all of a sudden you drop off pretty quickly. We've seen that already in one of our previous games that we've played. Here's the defense for the White Sox. It's all the same as yesterday's ball game. Issues in left field and right field defensively below league average, as well as the left side of the infield. Behind home plate is the catcher, Herrmann. And we know he's got a 76 rated arm. A guy you could run against, but not with a lefty on the mound. Okay, here we go. Scott Northey leading it off against Jerry Nyman. Northey off to a hot start, batting .545 with a ground ball to second. There's 1 out. Here's Tito Fuentes in the number 2 spot. Really not a good place to bat him, but he comes through with a base hit, and maybe we could go for 2. It says a 40% chance. We have no idea how accurate that is with our scouting. That makes it very unpredictable. I'm just going to assume no and give Rich Rollins a chance to hit here. He's the one consistent player that we can rely on as a solid hitter. We'll put the hit and run on. 0-2. And strike him out, and he's going to be safe at second. Hey, look at that. That's our first stolen base of the season. I believe we're 1 for 5 as a team. Fuentes stole 16 bases last year, a career high, and he's the first one on the board in Game 5. Runner in scoring position for Roe SKIDMORE with a ground ball to first, and that'll end the inning. We go to the bottom of the first inning. Let's take a look at the White Sox lineup for today. Batting leadoff in center field is Angel Bravo. Batting second at first base is Bob Spence. Batting third at third base is Rich McKinney. Batting cleanup and catching is Ed Herrmann. Batting fifth in left field is Carlos May. Batting sixth in right field is Terry Crowley. Batting seventh at shortstop is Lee Richard. Batting eighth at second base is John Donaldson. And batting ninth will be the pitcher, Jerry Nyman. Okay, Dave Boswell, we know that it did not go well for him on opening day. He gave up 5 runs in 5 innings. It could have been a lot worse. 7 hits, only 1 walk. That was nice. Taking a look here at his fastball, topping out at 89 miles an hour. He is a very high percentage ground ball pitcher, 53.1%. The slow curve, that is his out pitch, rated an 88. And his fastball is league average at 80. Overall rated an 81. The 27-year-old righty is a free agent after the 1974 season. We know that because that big salary is what is killing our team right now. We've already done a deep dive on Boswell, so we don't need to do that. But maybe we'll pick a player during the game for the pilot so we can look at their baseball reference page. We'll take a look at our defense here. Again, mixing it up a little bit today. Jeter in left, very good defensive outfielder. Can't hit a lick. Behind home plate, we got BOCCABELLA today. We'll pull him up. He's got a 74 rated arm, so well below league average. I really don't know what he has to offer us other than he's just been with the team. He is not... Oh, no, he is arbitration eligible at the end of the year. And that's probably when we'll lose him. We won't be re-signing him, I don't think. Okay, here we go. Angel Bravo leading it off against Dave Boswell with the 2-1 count. There's a ground ball to short. Auerbach making the play. He's been... I guess Auerbach has made an error, hasn't he? Let's just double check that. No, he has not made an error. My bad. I don't want to besmirch Auerbach. 1 down. Here's Bob Spence, full count, and there's ball 4. I feel like if we can keep from walking batters, we have a much better chance of winning. I mean, that's obviously a an old baseball adage if you walk McKINNey. So, I mean, we don't feel very good about this now. I mean, it is possible that Boswell might be washed up, since we know we looked the first time around. Double steal. I mean, yeah, we're in trouble here. Boswell could be washed up, and we might just be stuck with him now. And we saw that he has got a decent rating, and he's got 2 good pitches, and yet we just do not have a chance. 2-2. That's a ground ball to short. We pulled the infield in, and the runners will hold. I guess we will pitch to Carlos May. Maybe take our medicine here early on. 1-2. And a ground ball to second. Fuentes. Oh, come on! It just, you can't see me, but I'm looking at the ceiling. I don't know what I'm searching for or what I expect. This is Baseball Mogul. Does not matter. It's always the same. Damage is done. 1-0. Top of the second. Here's Dave Parker. Did not hit lefties well last year, but he's off to such a good start. I'm going to keep feeding him to the lefties and see what happens. Parker with a ground ball to third. There's 1 out. Next man up is Rick Auerbach, striking out on a nice curveball. That is his out pitch, that sidearm curve. And John BOCCABELLA getting his very first at-bat of the year. And he strikes out. Oh, ground ball to short. Bottom of the second inning, here is Lee Richard leading off. Richard Donaldson and the pitcher Nyman. Full count, and a base hit, maybe 2. Maybe 3. Well, he's going to hold up at second base. That is Richard's first career extra base hit. Off to a hot start for the rookie. 8 for 19. In scoring position, here's John Donaldson. Ground ball, check that runner. Good job by the veteran Rollins. We're going to pull the corners in. I'm assuming Jerry Nyman will bunt. He batted 122 last year. And he had 13 sacrifice hits. Corners are in. 1-1. Swinging away, base hit. I mean, I really hate this game. This game is such garbage. Unbelievable. Alright, fuck it. We're taking out Boswell. So frickin' dumb. We brought in Hughes yesterday in the fifth inning, and he was terrible. But he does have a big endurance, so maybe he can give us 3 or 4 innings. Bob Spence with a 3-run home run. And a walk. Well, this is more of what I expected to happen this year. That's our 6th team walk today. There's the old poo-poo platter rearing its ugly head. And Terry Crowley will fly out, perhaps. Yep. Top of the 3rd, Johnny Jeter. That was a hit for Jeter. Leadoff triple. We don't even need to look. We know that's a rarity. We'll just let Hughes swing away. Pounds it into the dirt. Out at home. Nope, doesn't even go. Scott Northey. Base hit. That's our 1 run for the day. Yeah, who cares? Two down, and Fuentes, another blue pit. Nope, that will be caught. 5-1, bottom of the 3rd. Lee Richard grounding out. John Donaldson striking out. The pitcher already 1 for 1. Oh, is he going to be 2 for 2? Yeah, that makes total sense. So realistic. A 122 hitter who's a pitcher is 2 for 2 today. He's got half of the hits for the White Sox. Really brilliant programming. Top of the 4th. Rich Rollins flying out to left. Roe Skidmore. Fly ball to center. Dave Parker. Barely can get it back to the pitcher. Error. No. When it's popped up like that, it's usually a 50-50 shot at being an error. Well, now they're letting us mow them down. Oh, line drive to the left. Yeah, because they got all the runs. Now the game doesn't care. Top of the 5th. Ground ball to 3rd. Throwing error. This is so dumb. BOCCABELLA with a ground ball to 3rd. The only base you don't want to hit it to. Johnny Jeter. It's already got a triple. Now he's got a base hit. Give him an RBI. It's 5-2. Let's try to have Jeter steal second. 68%, but who knows what the real number is. Oh, he does steal second base. 90 speed. See, the thing is we don't know if Jeter earned that stolen base in the situation, or is it because we were already 0 for 4 coming into the game, and now the game is just evening it up. There's no randomness to Baseball Mogul. It's just whatever the next, statistical way to make it all even. That's all that it really comes down to. Another pitcher getting a hit because it's so realistic. We'll hit and run, but it really is irrelevant. Base hit into center. Jeter will score. Pitcher stops at second. 5-3. Only one out. Fuentes will hit it to a double play to end the inning. Of course. Okay, let's get one more inning of work out of Jim Hughes, regardless of how badly this goes. Gave up the home run in the second inning. And after that, he's been pretty decent. That's 4 strikeouts for Hughes. And Lee Richard strikes out. Good job by Hughes today. Although it was his home run that ruined the ballgame. Top of the 6th, Rich Rollins. Base hit for Rollins. You can always count on him. Let's take a look at Rich Rollins. One of our original members in our sim. You got to remember, this guy was Rookie of the Year, I believe. Let's take a look at his baseball reference. I think this guy was Rookie of the Year for the Twins, or he finished second. Find out right here. Okay. 2-time All-Star, so he was not a Rookie of the Year. Nickname is Red. Guess he had red hair. Oh. 1962, did they have Rookie of the Year back then? Oh, they had 2 All-Star games. That's why he has 2 All-Stars. Where did he finish? 8th in the MVP voting, and then 21st the next year. So here's a guy that started his career right out of the gate, being a big, important member of the Twins. And then look at his numbers in 64. 25 doubles, 10 triples, 12 home runs. And then after that year, he was never quite the same again. He was on the World Series team for Minnesota in 65. Oops, a little bit of a delay there. Sometimes the game doesn't like it when I go to certain websites here. Not the fun ones, but the baseball reference ones. Okay, I just want to look at his... well, he committed a lot of errors. Okay, all right. We've learned our lesson. We're going to close it out. Okay, let's get back to the game. So yeah, Rich Rollins, I mean, pretty solid player. Looking at his early seasons, but then he just fell off the table. And yet he's getting the job done for us. I mean, he's probably the best player in the history of the Pilots, based on our sim. Okay, we'll let Roe SKIDMORE swing away. I mean, he is a cleanup hitter, and he is the one guy we rely on for power. He loops it into left center field. That might actually fall in. It's going to be caught, of course. For us, it's caught. For them, it always falls in. Okay, for Dave Parker, we will hit and run here. I think we tried that before, and he struck out. And he doesn't even bother. And Rollins steals third. See, this is the problem with Baseball Mogul. We've had 3 stolen bases off of a left-handed pitcher for no other reason than we were 0 for 4 coming into the game. And now we're 3 for 7 on the season as a team. This game is always going to be broken no matter what we do. Parker continues his hot streak and his extra base streak. He's got 4 extra base hits and 19 at-bats after having 8 in 191 last year. I mean, makes no sense. Okay, 5-4. We're fighting our way back. One good stroke here from Auerbach. We'll tie it up. Ground ball to first. Parker will advance. It's up to BOCCABELLA. He can be a hero. Full count. And he will not be. There's a ground ball to short. And that'll do it. Bottom of the sixth. Who are we looking at here? Bottom of the lineup, lots of lefties. Okay, so Jim Hughes more than did his job. And we've got all these schlub lefties. My name is Earl. Will come into the ball game here. We need him to at least give us one inning and not give up a run. Try to get that 108 ERA down. Ground ball up the middle. Fuentes will make the play. Jerry Nyman, best hitter on the team. Full count. Can't even strike him out. Finally set Jerry Nyman down. And a ground ball to short from Bravo. And that'll do it. A 1-2-3 inning. That was great. Exactly what the doctor ordered. Johnny Jeter will lead it off. He's 2 for 3 today with a triple and an RBI. There's a ground ball. He was 2 for 2. I'm sorry. Now he's 2 for 3. Stevenson coming out. We need a pinch hitter. It's either Devanin or Bosch. Both of them suck. I guess it's going to be Jerry Devanin, actually. First off the bench. 1 out. And we're doing Devanin because we can bring him in defensively. If we can get a run across. There's a ground ball to third. For out number 2. And Scott Northey. 3-1 count. And he walks. Now everybody in the park would know that Northey's probably going to go with 2 outs. If we're 3 for 3 on the day, isn't this an automatic out? If a good base stealer is considered a 75% success rate, we're 3 for 3 on the day. So this would be, based on logic, this would be an automatic out. But, we got to try to win the ball game. Low and outside, and he does steal. We're 4 for 4 today. It's so dumb. All against a left-hander. And he's 1 for 2 on the year. His fastball is his secondary pitch. But it's a 92-mile-an-hour fastball. And he stole on the 2-seamer, which is technically a fastball. I don't know. There's just no logic. Okay. 1-2. Fuentes! Strikes out. Didn't matter anyway. Okay. Well, we won't be using Devanin. We'll keep Auerbach in there. Okay. We're living on the edge with Bill Edgerton. But has not given up a run, but also he's also not struck anybody out. Okay. Let's see what happens here. Somebody's got to pitch. Up against a lefty, full count. And naturally a base hit from a lefty off a lefty. That's very realistic. Full count. And yeah. So this is where we end the ball game. Walked the bases loaded and walked in a run. Here's the one righty. Walk another one. Well, that'll get everybody in. Roe Skidmore. Well, they're going to give us a run somehow or another. It's funny, you can go 4 for 4 stealing bases and still lose the ball game. Bill Edgerton has walked 6 batters, make it 7, without striking out someone. Great job, Baseball Mogul. Right on top of it. Now I wonder if they're going to give us 2 runs. Yeah, as soon as that error happened on the ground ball to Fuentes in the 2nd inning that led to the home run, that's when the game was over. It was probably over when they scored in the 1st, but certainly in the 2nd. Oh, they are going to give us, what, 3 runs? No, 2 runs. Someone hit a weird home run. Jeets. Yeah, this is so stupid. They're going to give us a couple of runs so they can bring in a closer. Alright, well, I guess we were saving it for Don Bosch right here. Don Bosch, despite a terrible rating, pretty clutch. Let's see what he's got up his sleeve. Short sleeve. And they bring in Magnuson. I don't know if he is their closer, actually. Does have a save. Scott Northey. He's a right-handed bat. And he pops it. White Sox win 9-4. Worse than it actually seemed. Okay, White Sox get the win at home. We're now 3-2. Take a look at the standings here as soon as it's done simulating. Often it's considering injuries or maybe trade options. I don't think we're going to see a lot of computer-generated trades because of the financial issues. There we go. With all the teams. It's kind of hard to unload payroll. The Red Sox and the Rangers are both 4-1, and everybody in our division is always bunched up because they would never let someone run away with the division. Take a look at the National League. Dodgers are the only team that's got 4 wins. Let's take a look at headline news. Brainiac Baseball Daily Week. The White Sox beat the Pilots to share the West. Okay. Transactions. Let's find out. Anybody going on the IL? Yes. Jack Willick of the Tigers. 3 good relief performances this year. He's got a little bit of an elbow problem. Bobby Darwin. Oh, I wish this guy was dead in this game. This is another one of the worst things about Baseball Mogul. This guy's a fucking batter, and they have him as a pitcher, and there's nothing we can do about it. Other than delete him from the game. And that's what sucks about, one of the many things that suck about Baseball Mogul. This guy should not even be pitching, and yet he won 20 games last year. Skip Lockwood, former Seattle Pilot in our sim, is going to be injured for the Cardinals. See him there represented on the Brewers. Okay, let's go ahead and pull up the box score and get out of here. Thanks for watching, guys. Like and or subscribe to the channel. Check out our other playlists, as I mentioned earlier. All kinds of sports card stuff. You know, it's football season, so we're doing more football card openings than baseball, but I did open up those 2007 Topps Fat Packs, which were fun. Let's see. No player of the game because we lost. We did have more hits. They had more runs than hits, and you know why? Because we walked 10 batters. Our starting pitcher could not get to the 5th inning, as we need him to do. And I think Boswell is done. I think he is toast. And I am not sure what to do about that. That could be a real problem for us. The fact that Stevenson and Edgerton are both horrible is irrelevant, really. Nyman is now 2-0 for a guy that wasn't even in baseball. And you got to love looking at the box scores here. Bob Spence, 2 for 3, 3 RBI, 4 runs scored, 2 walks, a home run, and a stolen base. So he had a shoe and a shot. In fact, there were 6 stolen bases in this game, no one thrown out. Oh, that was a double steal, that's why. So Bob Spence was the lead runner, stealing third base on a right-handed pitcher with BOCCABELLA behind the plate. Baseball. All right, that's it. We're going to come back tomorrow and play another game. Until then, everyone, have a great day.